Hello all of you beautiful people out there. So this video is going to be a bit of a different video. This is less of a sort of gaming video, hence the, battle of spectate that's about to start in 2, 1. There we go. And I didn't vote for anyone. I'm stupid. But this is more of a little bit of a discussion about the DLC that's been going around. With the additional fighter, that being Kazuya from Tekken, a lot of people have a lot of mixed feelings about, all the DLC in general. With Kazuya adding to Super Smash Bros., he has a whole new different kind of moveset with his sort of combos and sort of, his Tekken Street Fighter or Fatal Fury, kind of the similar sort of deal. So it's kind of nice to have another one of those characters. But all I see most of the time, whenever a new DLC character gets announced, all I see is hate and negativity for the character, most of the time. Or correction, characters. And why do I say this? It's just, a lot of people are really excited when new characters get into Super Smash Bros., or they're looking forward to the DLC. But, as you can see through the title that I have, do we deserve these DLC characters?
Yes? No! Alright, moving on.
Look, I know that I get excited for any sort of new character. Like, heck, I got my #1 favorite character that I wanted. But I feel like it doesn't matter what characters get into Smash at this point anymore, is people are just going to be negative or salty about it either way. We got Joker, for Pete's sake. That character was a big hoot. That was definitely one of the most fan pleasers, even though he was such a new IP. Is that how you say it? Or new character added to Super Smash Bros. Because Persona 5 struck a very popular, fan base. And even Persona as a series as a whole. Joker was definitely one of those DLC characters that people were hyped for, which is good. And he is a top tier, so that's definitely a good thing. Now, moving on to Hero, Dragon Quest was definitely an interesting sort of rep. We got another Swordy, so that's cool. And Dragon Quest has been around for some time, so, that's definitely nice to have him in. Banjo, an old IP, an old sucker, but it's definitely nice to see him in Smash. It almost feels like he's been here since Melee. Fun fact, I've never played Melee. Then moving on to, as I say, Terry with Fatal Fury and King of Fighters, we have another fighting-like character, which is awesome, by the way. I love Terry. But then, now you see as to where this is going. When Byleth was revealed or released, I gotta say the trailer was poor, or it didn't really catch audiences' eyes at first. But definitely what just really turned people off is because it was a Fire Emblem character. It wasn't a character that we wanted, it wasn't a third party, it was a character that we already have a bunch of characters represented from a certain series. Now, people were definitely, mixed feelings with Piranha Plant, but Piranha Plant was more of a welcoming or joke character simply because it was Mario and it was something extremely unexpected. But when it comes to Byleth, there are Fire Emblem Three Houses fans, but as much as the fans really love this character, and I've seen some people are more upset and negative about this character. Simply because it's a Fire Emblem character, unfortunately. I feel like if our next DLC character was a Pokemon or Mario character, I feel like there would still be negativity and toxicity, but probably wouldn't get as much as it was for Fire Emblem, because it's such an underrated, series. It's sort of-ish, don't take my word on that. So moving on to the second Fighter's Pass, it gave us hope for then more, more characters to be added. So, what kind of characters were we expecting? Well, definitely not what Fighter Pass 2 gave us, that's for sure.
What the fuck?
Min Min, starting it off, what ended the Fighter Pass was poor, but what started the next Fighter's Pass was as well poor. Min Min was a character that people were not expecting, but it was first released as ARMS rather than Min Min itself. So when the trailer came by and then it was Springman who got punched in the face, we all knew it wasn't going to be the face of ARMS Springman, but rather than Min Min, which is a very good rep, I will say. But it just didn't spark so many people's interest simply because the game only had the one game, and it didn't spark a gigantic fan base, almost the size of your 8th grade classroom. But, you know, a lot of people still love the character. I mean, I do, but again, not a popular character. Moving on to Minecraft Steve. Okay, if you were to tell me that Minecraft Steve was going to be in Smash, I would say you are a liar and you owe me tens of thousands of dollars because I bet everything on it that Minecraft Steve wasn't going to happen. So as you can tell, I'd probably be dirt broke by now. Minecraft Steve was just definitely the most oddball, unexpected character possible. So really going forward, I had no idea what the Fighters Pass 2 was going to hold up for us. And then moving on to then Sephiroth. Sephiroth was a good addition, simply because there was a lot of things fixed with Final Fantasy rep. We got more spirits, we got more music, Cloud finally had a spirit, and even Cloud's Final Fantasy Advent Children costume, it got a nifty new Final Smash, which I really like it. It looks cool. I know a lot of people kind of dislike it for certain reasons from what I've heard, but honestly, I like it. You know, with Sephiroth being such an interesting character, just spark a tremendous joy and happiness. A lot of people love this character. Moving down with Pyra and Mithra. Now, it wasn't obvious that when Min Min getting in, it was for sure that spirits were deconfirmed. It just meant that there was maybe high % chance that we would get other characters that are spirits. But Pyra and Mithra were the one character that I really wanted. Well, Rex technically was. But hey, I'll take this. So with Rex being in Smash Brothers as a Mii costume, it just kind of, I lost hope that we were ever going to get a Xenoblade Chronicles 2 rep. So similar to an ARMS rep, they fixed that and actually put them in. So having those two characters definitely fit the bill quite well. And then lastly, well, the second last, Kazuya. So Kazuya's from Tekken, and we already went through that character, so we don't need to open those can of beans again. So what am I getting at this? What I'm saying is that we have had an onslaught of music, stages, characters, the DLC, spirits, and so forth when these fighter passes were given to us. But the big question is, do we, as a fan base and fandom, do we really deserve these characters? Like, truly, most of the time, people are just so negative and just mean and toxic. Like, seriously, you go onto Twitter, and it's insane of how much negativity can be put into these characters. As much as I love when people get creative and, are happy with certain Smash characters, people, more than anything, will be negative. Now, I guess personally for me, the DLC was necessary considering that the base roster of Ultimate, you count it up, we have Inkling, Ridley, Simon, Isabelle, and Incineroar. And besides those characters, the Echo Fighters don't count because it's pretty much the exact same character. I would argue for Ken though. Ken was actually an interesting character. He's actually more unique than Ryu in a sense, because he's faster in his moves and all that jazz. I gotta say, I will say this. The last Super Smash Bros. Character coming to Fighters Pass 2 is the last character that's getting in. So, I personally feel like Nintendo has a lot of pressure on them. But at the same time, they really don't. I gotta be honest with you. Because it doesn't matter as to who we get. Everyone's just gonna be toxic and negative about it anyways. Because even if we get, say, Sora or Master Chief or something crazy like that, I feel like we just won't be happy because there's certain characters that should have got in. Because, I mean, seriously, people were upset and disappointed when Shantae and Dante back-to-back were deconfirmed as Mii costumes. By the way, I absolutely love these Mii costumes. They look fantastic. But truthfully, people will be disappointed with this last character. Like, there's no doubt about it. That's why I personally have no expectations. A little bit biased because I already got what I wanted, but at the same time, I just really hope that this last character is unique and fun. This is why the big reason I actually like Byleth is because her moveset, or his moveset, is awesome. The only DLC character that I don't really like is Joker. Not because of, I have nothing against Persona or Persona 5, but simply because he's a lightweight character, and I just don't really main those kind of characters. His moveset is not for me. But him as a character, and if fans love him, good on them, like, go for it, man. But truly, people are just such babies nowadays, like, seriously. You want your binky, you want your milk bottle, like, what do you want? Seriously. It's like you have to read a baby's mind. Seriously. That's legit. I feel like, in a sense, the fan bases are babies. Because, what, do you want your pacifier? Do you want your milk bottle? Do you want your little rattle toy? And if you don't get those, well, you're just gonna cry and whine. That's pretty much the fan base. But in this time, we're adults and we should be more, like, more approachable and better to these kind of situations, but we're not. And that's kind of sad. Listen, I don't mean to make this so negative or hateful on anyone. Like, everyone is entitled to their opinion to any sort of new character that's gotten in. But really, I want to say, as the words of Tony Stark,
you see, this is why we can't have nice things.
Like, we do not deserve nice things. We don't. It's just like, and if you ask yourself as to why we don't, seriously, back up and think about it for a second, okay? Yeah, I apologize for this kind of rant. This was kind of a negative sort of sense, but this was just kind of on my mind. To me personally, I love every single bit of DLC, and I'm really excited and looking forward as to what the next final Super Smash Bros. Character is going to be. So, but all that aside, and you should be too. You should be too excited. And I can't wait until that happens. And who do you think it's going to be? It's going to be Master Chief. I don't know. But anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. And don't worry, I have a Kazuya video coming up, so just give me a little time on that. And I'll see you guys in the next one.